Man, this year is off to a really bad start. And now a public service announcement by Megu Taniguchi.
AKB48 の谷口めぐです。 CGM48 総合支配人の伊豆さんからハッシュタグウォッシュアヘンズチャレンジが届いたので、私も早速手を洗っていきたいと思います。 Wash my hands challenge。 AKB48 チーム B キャプテンの岩立紗穂さん、そして AKB48 のチーム8の下尾美優ちゃんにバトンタッチしたいと思います。最後にみんなも忘れずに手洗いをしっかりやりましょう。バイバーイ。
It's actually easier. Date your teacher. Okay. Basically, it's like. Now, this.
Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope.
Now this. Hello everyone, to part two of this week's episode of what? Jerrison? Well, notice that well, that my hair color might look like Yamamoto. It's probably because of the haircut, but it might be distracting. But it's good at least. So in this week's episode, I just want to say a few corrections from the previous video I did, but what did they say about the thing about the live stream that Danceable did with Answer? Actually, but Answer's actually the name of a play that Karen Kojima was going to be in, but appears actually the play's been delayed because of the coronavirus pandemic. And so they and some of the rest of the cast in the play, and they did the little live stream too. And also about the with the Nagasawa46 Nojikoi, I mean, it's kind of how that. Here's something I thought someone might be tricky to get cards in the game, but here's something I actually have a lot of gacha tickets. You can actually get the photo cards to the gacha tickets, and it's actually easy to play actually to get through the game and do it more. So it's good. With the some like we're now wondering like how I am right now. I mean like, no, I'm doing great. I mean like, with the coronavirus pandemic in my area, I mean like, not as big as much as let's say the rest of the country, where it's like kind of, although there was cases, but I mean not as much, let's say, well, in other provinces in the country, including like Ontario and Quebec. But I mean, because although we're in a state of emergency, but we're not in lockdown, and with the small chance that maybe the pandemic might end in our area maybe this month, but might happen again in the fall. But also point out about that is that I'm actually an essential worker, since I actually work at grocery stores, so I'm hard to kind of make sure that everyone gets the food they need during this time. So just want to quick thank you to, you can say thank you to me too, but also thank you to all the essential workers and first responders who are involved during this, and including, let's say, hospital workers, as well as police officers, firefighters, and also working at the grocery stores and auto shops and things, are also making sure that all of us are, we don't spread the coronavirus to other people, but probably get through this. But isn't the case with the rest of the gang? I know that Ruka, as you saw in the part of the episode, that she's doing pretty right now, and Michael, well, he's doing very well too, though probably still had at least like one more week of lockdown in his area, which we know is the United Kingdom, and Steve probably passed the 14 days of the self-isolation. So maybe he's all good now. I'm sure he doesn't have the coronavirus, so he's all good. And with that, let's so in this part of the episode, I'm give like my thoughts of what happened in the idol world in like the past week, as in the past few months, as well as you have a summary of the coronavirus pandemic in the idol world. There would be first with the multi-group news, and beginning with the idol world during the coronavirus news, which this will probably go through like most of the news are probably going to go through. So, as you can see over here, you notice at the little like wall, the back, you probably would see the Manami Minagishi picture as well, since she would have left the group. Although, also you probably also notice that there's also a man now in the wall, with the case of the Yoshimoto 46, you probably would still see a Riho Maki in that area. But we'll get through all that as we get through all the news. So the last time I did a video, I know the coronavirus pandemic was was actually beginning, and then like somehow during that time, like the amount of cases were still increasing at the time that various arts and show actors were actually on them right for like a few weeks, but then kept on moving because of with the coronavirus pandemic. But then there's like more cases somehow increased that led to the country being in a state of emergency, though I thought they were actually in a state of emergency already. And this led to that in a few cities, including like Tokyo and Osaka, and also Oka and other cities too, although other cities would then voluntarily have state of emergencies, which kind of led to the pretty much they're probably in a state of emergency. And actually just now, according to NHK News, it appears that somehow that the state of emergency will be extended by a month to at least to the end of this month, but it will also depend on like what happens with the coronavirus, or like what cases happen. But because of that, this led to a lot of things to be delayed or cancelled because of the coronavirus. For instance, I know that the Summer Olympic Games in Tokyo this summer has now been delayed to next year because of the thing with the coronavirus pandemic. I mean, originally I was going to go to Japan for the summers in Tokyo over the summer, but it appears now, well, they're probably next year, but at least the athletes get some rest and also prepared to probably have a gold medal performance during the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Well, I mean, but that this also led to well, to more like events involving the various groups to be delayed or cancelled because of the coronavirus, which I mean that this also led to, including also that Manami Minagishi's graduation concert, who was my Oshman in the group, was now delayed now. And also, Teammates' 6th anniversary concert was cancelled due to the coronavirus. That instead of them doing a concert, they actually did a live stream on Gao, which was handled by Yahoo, and also in Japan, and also they handled the same show that aired AKB48 Spring Festival last year, which, oh yeah, that, by the way, that actually happened actually a year ago, actually. And also, Rino Sajiharu's graduation concert happened a year or so, too. But also this, of course, the various of others, so to, like, various, like, because that somehow Manami Minagishi is still in the group, which is here's at the, for this time now, we thought that the golden era of AKB48 has ended, but it appears it has, so they extended because of the coronavirus, and it appears that Manami is still in the group. Oh, some other thing was with Michael's Ocean and SK48 Akane Takayanagi, which, well, she's still in the group. And also somehow Canon, SK48's Canon Izukai and Azusa Zuo, who thought we're gonna leave the group like last month, appears actually they're still gonna be in the group, even though like they'll still probably have their graduation concerts, but probably when the coronavirus pandemic ends. Keyakizaka46 also had to, like, well, their 4th anniversary is actually cancelled as well because of the coronavirus pandemic. So they did a live stream in showroom, and like, but I mean, like, actually they'll probably release their next single eventually. But all, they even sell the merchandise for it as well. But it's a little bit. Also, this kind of also led to various singles being delayed, including like, well, like Equal Love's next single Cameo, which now has been delayed because of the coronavirus, which was going to release for like actually last week, but actually it's been delayed. Virus also BNK48's next hit single, which was actually also delayed, but due to the coronavirus, but it's going to set for May 13th. But I mean, well, like, so this publishes they might release the single on the, let's say maybe digital and streaming services, and then they'll release it on CD probably maybe when the coronavirus pandemic ends. But we'll give like more details on that when to that, and also STU48's well, next it's single, which was also going to be released on May 27th, but now has been delayed also due to the coronavirus, and this was announced during their 3rd anniversary live stream, which was the stream they put on the STU48 channel on Nico, which is the instead of the 3rd anniversary concert that was going to happen at the time, but was canceled because of the coronavirus. But that, I mean, like, though, well, Last Idol's well, there's a single. I Know the Love was actually was still released on time, and also HKT48's single, which will later was also released on time, and as well, same Rossi's new like photo book, talk later, was also released on time. So, but we'll have to find out if like it's all. But at least this also, I mean, like, they'll eventually be released eventually, but it's all good. Also, various documentaries involving various groups now delayed because of the coronavirus, like Keyakizaka46's involving Keyakizaka46. Keyakizaka46, Our Lives and Truths, Keyakizaka46's documentary, Keyakizaka46 third year debut, and BNK48's documentary, BNK48 One Take, not all delayed because of the coronavirus. I mean, in the case of, let's say, Keyakizaka46 and Nagasawa46 documentaries, as well as they might add additional footage to it, so it could include, like because with Keyakizaka46's documentary, they might add about, like, what happened with during the time that Yuri Harate, Eizouken, and Nana Ono left the group. They might also add something about with the Nagasawa also leaving the group, which we'll get to. And also the and also, like, the group, like, when the coronavirus pandemic happens, for this all good. Also, the film that involves the live-action version of Eizouken was also delayed, as well as, well, the live-action version of Grand Blue Dreaming, starring Yuki Yoda, and the film, well, ski jumping that has Nagasawa are also all delayed because of the coronavirus. I mean, there's a publisher that also, like, that the film that Yuri Harate is in might also be delayed as well too because of coronavirus. And also, actually, but there's some breaking news with the case of events being delayed because of the coronavirus. But and this is actually related to Shiraishi's graduation concert. But well, in a blog post she actually wrote just a few days ago, she actually said that it appears that her graduation concert was going to happen, well, this week in the Tokyo Dome, and it's gonna be a 3-day festival. I mean, that man that is a publisher, that appears that probably, like, Shiraishi is probably the greatest member in the Nagasawa46 of all time, and possibly the greatest idol member of all time. I mean, I know that Asuko Maeda did her graduation concert in in Tokyo Dome as well. I think it was a 3-day festival too. I mean, if Yurina Haratu was still in the group in Keyakizaka46 and still had a proper graduation concert, they probably could have did it at the Tokyo Dome and been a 2-day festival. But yeah, it was going to happen between Tuesday and Thursday, and also I know that Nanase Nishito's graduation concert happened at Osaka Johol. I mean, they could have did it at Tokyo Dome, but I mean Tokyo Dome would have been close. But I mean, I'm not sure if Maya Shiraishi probably the greatest member in the group of all time, but I mean, maybe she So because, I mean, we know Sashiharu's graduating concert could have happened at the Tokyo Dome as well too, but they did hers at Yokohama Arena, which, the Yokohama Baseball Stadium, which actually, they're kind of close enough too, but I mean, here's that, that means that probably that Minami Minagishi's graduation concert could have still happened at the Tokyo Dome as well too. It's like, well, they do her graduation concert at Tokyo Dome last month, and they do my Shiraishi's graduation concert like this month, depending on like what if the Tokyo Dome was available in that time. But I mean, well, probably it's probably going to be a very exciting concert, and also maybe with the when the coronavirus pandemic ends, we'll probably see and find out. But also another thing with the coronavirus delaying various graduation ones, I mean, like, maybe that, since Yurina Matsuri was getting a lot of press, I mean, like, her graduation, well, depending on what happens with the coronavirus pandemic, and, like, it's gonna happen around, like, this fall, if she has a lot of press, and probably maybe she could still be in the group, resent her graduation, and then maybe then she'll probably leave it, like, probably next year, which I was thinking she was going to leave maybe next year, but at least that kind of works. Well, but that, but also, but indeed, too, but so while before the state of emergency happened, I mean, many of the groups in AKB48 actually did various like the concerts in the their theaters, like, well, and they showed them on YouTube, which actually, at least with AKB48 and HKT, and HKT48. Well, until the MMB48 also did show concerts, though only the first hour. Then you would have to go to AKB48 Live on Demand to watch the concert. But, and I mean, time I watched like all the concerts involving like AKB48, like all the teams in the group, like AKB4, and even 8 as well. I mean they were all good, but I know that for the Team 8 concert, but comparing with all the with the main groups like AKB48, I'd probably say that Team K had the best concert. I mean, of course, favorite team in the group is Team K. I mean, also Minami is in that team too, which is all good. But also in the case of with HKT40, also they also showed these graduation concert, which I actually did watch, and I mean, it's great. It's like how it's in the concert, and it's like it's a Team T concert with a Chain of Love, which when I watched it, somehow it's a combination of a Team S concert and a Team 4 concert. So apparently, songs in that concert, which was a Glory Days, I thought that was a Jerrison Matsuri Souls song, but actually it's a song in the theater. But in the case of this concert, it's like Vivian Murakawa, who's my husband, and HKT48 is in that concert. She was graded, but with the graduation concert involving Anime Tuzekazi, I mean, she's really it was a bit sad, and also because she also kind of have the glow up too. I mean, as in the Yukamin glow up, but it was like, and also during in the audience, because there's no one in the audience, they actually put various like messages from like the fans and in the seats, but also they actually also good, yeah. Oh, and then when the state of emergency happened, they actually put the that they actually put like they actually had to do their concerts in their house, which kind of also that that the various groups are also starting to do various initiatives during the coronavirus. For instance, I don't know if it's true.
Who has tested positive for COVID-19.
There's some that Mayu actually came back to the live streams.
But downloading the app
In the past few weeks was trying to feel like, oh, I haven't heard because I know she did a lot of things in the past few months, and
to share their data with AHS.
but it wasn't most episode of
The app does not
Utage.
use your phone's GPS.
She was back, so
and
she
does
usually
not
said, I
track
don't know,
the
she's back
user's
soon.
location or contact.
I mean, after that there's,
The only information
I mean, in the
exchanged
concerts that
between
there's
users'
somehow
phones
in the past few
is
weeks,
a random ID that is non-identifiable. Nothing that
I might be
is
using like
identifiable
recordings
is
from the
exchanged.
streams. Of course, those might sound like Mayu and stuff, but it's like Jerrison, so it was there, but I don't know, she might be at least one of the streams at least. AKB48 is now being rebranded as OUC48. And the initiative began with, well, all the members doing an at-home version of it's of Paper Planes, which had Minami in the lead, but also like I mean others kind of did this too. Look like SK40 also began their initiative on their initiative on the called the SK40 at home, and then also MB40 kind of did something too where they're doing various like live streams throughout the day, and then and some of them they have like conversations, but also one of them they would have them cooking or drawing, and then like basically they also would do the news as well too. And some of them also various members in Yoshimoto's AKB46 were actually them, including like Anon, who you know is like, and also one showroom which did dealing with choreography, and also in Shu was in one as well too, where they had to do like something with the water bottle. And there was also and then let's see and then what? Oh, then STU48 probably did a few did a few things as well, probably on their YouTube channel, as well as maybe probably the probably STU48 channel on the Nico. The unit in Yoshimoto's AKB46. Chao did a live stream in the group's YouTube channel. That's probably the live stream where also Lapisarch probably did the version of the song that's in Yoshimoto's AKB46's recent single Can't Be Impossible. Like, sort of like you. Also, like, Equal Love and Not Equal also kind of did an initiative for like one of like for the video of like one of the songs on their like a single cameo called When I See You Again, What Should I Say? And then we had like, well, almost all the members in the group, and well, in their houses, we also see footage of the like footage of the like the groups kind of like performing, and also like handshake events. But like thing is like also like here's the maybe like if you stay at home, and if you also does the social distancing, then they'll come to you. Well, maybe virtually, but and then maybe like when the coronavirus pandemic ends, then you can see them again. And then also not like Beyond's kind of did some live streams too, and also they did like say ad hoc versions of The Boy with the Glasses, and just recently they did a at home version of their next hit single, which we'll get to later. So Lyrical School also did a series of remote lives where they kind of do some rap, where the members kind of do some rap jam sessions, and Task Have Fun also did a few live streams as well. And with Started Time, also various for also kind of like releasing concerts too on their various YouTube channels. Like, since Last Idol and Love kind of did a few live streams, well, to promote their, I said, singles. Also, how Arashi was so somehow doing a video series where like they would do storybooks and like they would actually like read them. And it's like, I mean, like the previous, well, until the most recent one they released, the previous one where they did like the Three Little Pigs was actually very fun and had, I mean, June was actually fun in that. You probably see that. Which is actually, those are actually available for a limited time only until the coronavirus ends. Also, the group also put some of their concerts on their channel as well, and also, Nagasawa46, they actually put the documentaries that were included in like, well, the first two hit singles, like Kyun and Doremi/Do, I think as well too, and then also also Hina Bingo guy was like also has on a YouTube channel too, and it's a few things as well, and and Naomi Watanabe also did a few live streams on her YouTube channel. I mean, she was a YouTuber actually before she was like very famous, and then also, but only that. But there was also yeah, and with AKB2 they also so Team A did a few live streams, including like them actually is they actually well, where they did a series of live streams where they do like the G8, so it's like the G8 of a teammate, and yeah, they were, it's like, oh, there's a team G8 of teammate with representatives of a teammate, and then in one of them they also celebrated around Oda's birthday, which was Boma's Oshiman in the group, which good, and then and then they and then almost all the members were there, and they celebrated celebrated her birthday. Good. They also did a live stream on like 2 weeks ago, where they on Map Day actually, where all the members would show actually maps of the prefers that are in them, actually go to that very like channel. It's thing. So on that they actually did it on Showroom, where they actually they did a 10-hour stream where they would actually like show a map of the prefecture that they represent, and then they would for some members they would have to show 2 cities, because somehow because that area may have like to represent, because the member might have left, or is, well, case of the prefecture that Hitomi Honda represents, of course she's currently not as one right now, but so here they are. So some pictures of that the members took actually. So here's the few that we can. Total this live stream was actually 10 hours long. I watched it since the beginning when they get to Ayan Takahashi, who was from Saitama. And I watched all the way to, I think, Yusha Tao's. Sure, so some of the maps, but we're gonna, there's well, some are actually interesting, like, Misaki had to show, Hitomi's, prefecture, and then, oh yeah, like, Kina's, map looks very simple, too, and then, yeah, they all, too, and then, see here well, there's a, Hatsu, there's a map which, 2, and then, Let's see, we got 2. Yeah, there's Haruna Hashimoto's map. There's Momoko's map of, well, she's from Nara. And then, oh yeah, and Rira's map of Okinawa. Like, there too, but now we're actually going to look at a closer look at some of these maps actually. But first, we're going to begin with, well, with the map of, well, my old Shimidan teammate, Nanasayo Yoshikawa, who was from Chiba, which is actually nearby to Tokyo, and then let's get to that very quickly. It's loading right now, but it's like, so in Nanase's map, it was where actually, like I see on her map, there's like, you can see like Tokyo Disneyland, which of course is actually in the Chiba area. Then you also have Narita National Airport. Then you also got Makari Messe, which we know where the various handshake events the group happened into. Well, there's a with the cow in there and a seal. But the other thing about her map is that actually, if you like remove the thing, kind of looks like the shape of a person there in Chiba too. And then let's see the next map we're gonna see. We're gonna look through. Let's see what we got. Next, we got Hatsuki Utada is a map which we know is the Aichi Prefecture, where in her map. Actually, her map was actually like really good. Pretty good. Say it's probably like the best map she wrote. I mean, there's another map we'll probably see later, but yeah, Aichi is also like the home of various like things, including SK48 as well as Toyota, which famous car company, which also sponsors teammate. And her map, there's like the Nagoya Castle there, and the prefectural mall in the prefecture. There's a car of Toyota, and a whale, a tree, and a gorilla too, and shrine as well too. Really lizard actually. Oh, here's a closer look of that map too. Sharper there. And then we're gonna look through. Look at I don't know how she. Oh. Good. Reno Kabe's map of her prefecture, Ibaraki. Her map was actually really, in the case, like, but not only did she show the map, but she also put some, like, it's also called like a diaphragm because she, various, like, models on there, like, and you can see, like, all the faces in Ibaraki, there's, like, a little statue there, as well as the bullet, and the TV stations where she might go and when she record like various shows. But she even like put a little shit in the map where it like shows like the local newscast, like the local newscast in the area. Like there's like also draw a picture of the Team H show that they're which airs on to TV Asahi channel. Oh yeah, but Baraki is also like where the headquarters of the Japanese space station, or the JAXA is there, and also there's like cherry blossom trees and bridges and all there as well. There's even closer look. She put a little pointer there too with the in the map, but also, yeah, that's also where Rockin' Japan also happens. Oh yeah, and Keyakizaka46 and Bis would perform at that festival too. So, there's another picture. And then there's even more closer look of some of the little in the map. And then, yeah, let's close look there. And then I think that we're now going to go see, well, I'm going to see Sarah Nagano's map of, well, the river she's from, Osaka. Let's get a closer look at her map. It's like, then we know that Osaka is home of various things, including, of course, MB48, as well as Universal Studios Japan as well. But you can see on her map, too, there's also other various landmarks in the area, including Namba with the part you see in the logo of the Glycogen logo, which you see in Namba, which is like the area in the city. Then you'll see Osaka Castle, Osaka Expo Park. It was actually where Saki Yamamoto's graduating concert Sekasonic happened. Then you also got Osaka Joe Hall, which probably like their Tokyo Dome and Osaka, and also where Narase Nishino's graduation concert happened in. Also the little Ferris wheel also in the Osaka area. Oh yeah, and also Osaka is also famous for takoyaki as well too. And let's go see the next map now, which we have here. Let's see, we got. So we're gonna see. Oh, I think we're gonna see. Oh yeah, Yui's map of, well, of her hometown, Tokyo. I mean, her map was all good. It was like, so, and here's a closer look at her map. It looks very sharp, actually. If you look on your cell phone. So here it has like all the, which was home of, as you probably know as well, like, Tokyo is home to AKB48, which, see there's the theater also there in the Akihabara area, and then there's also, it's also the city where the Summer Olympic Games in Tokyo, which was going to happen this summer, but now, as I said earlier, was now delayed because of the coronavirus. I mean, though it's still called Tokyo 2020, it can also called Tokyo 2021. And you can also see like Tokyo Tower over there, and also Tokyo Skytree, the Rainbow Bridge, which kind of leads to the Fuji to Odaiba, which has the Fuji TV studios, and that's like the area where they filmed the video of I think it was at Keyakizaka46 made a duo season. There's also a kind of Shibuya 109, which if you kind of notice on the little like this poster actually like on the building, you actually probably see Yui there. Then there's Tokyo Station, the Ueno area, which includes like Asakusa, and also the Ueno Zoo where the pandas are. One of the sequels going around Odaiba area. There's a Yui holding the map. And if we're going to look at Haruna Hashimoto's map, which is the prefecture of Donayao. Oh, it's this one. Okay. In the form of a little, but oh, actually we looked at that already. But this is also actually his map of, Hiyuka's map of her prefecture she's from, like the like, well, this might be the same area where Kyoka Town is from. So in her map she has like, there's like a dinosaur, she has that's glasses, and an onsen, downtown, crabs, rice, and fish, but then also with the Haruna's a map of Babayama. It's like, actually, I remember they also have like it has there's like Yuzu, which is like there in the It also has like Yuzu ice cream, and there's also a bullet train, and a dam, and Nonsen over there as well too. And that was some of the maps from the show live stream that Teammate did on Map Day on like let's see. But also in like with various showrooms as well too. Various members were also kind of as well too. Are they making pedals? There is we can probably see in one tweet from like well Ruka Komui Haru Yama, which to the here. I also kind of noticed this one like Seina was doing this in a showroom too, and Mega was in the showroom. Well, here's some Ruka tweet where there's a picture of her there, and then there are some of the pedals she made actually, which yeah, they were handmade pedals. Oh, good, but it's like it's there. But like that was well too, but. So because of the coronavirus pandemic, that various shows actually had to be either like a lot of shows in like the actually had to be suspended or like actually they have to do the show from their house. Which in the case of like some shows, kind of like it's like Music Station and Unicon are probably going to be the next few, like probably this month. They're probably going to do like the show like best of episodes probably. But also this like, well, but also thinking like in one episode of the show was like somehow the like when one was where Nogizaka46 was on like. Well, I know before that they still did the show with no audience, but also that they were kind of like. On the scenario, but in the episode, well, in the second episode that Nogizaka46 was in, which was a 3-hour episode, somehow they had to do like social distancing. Like, for instance, for example, like say like tomorrow would usually like be in like somewhere here, and then the main another host would probably be at another here, and then the Minatsu would probably be somewhere like around here too. And at certain points, some of the that they kind of had to be like has to be a lot of space, like in between the in between like performance. But it's like I mean it's true, but at least they're still to do that. I mean also, but like in like Unicon, right now they're showing like classic scenes from the show. So, but also this will probably also affect the show, like the shows of the 46 group shows, including like Nogizaka Under Construction, Keikite, and Let's Eat Akinazaka. Probably in the next really might probably show best ofs as well. Although there's a possible chance that they could do the show at home, because I mean, I know that like the Team H show in the counter region that not necessarily Yoshikawa hosts is still on there because they're actually gonna do the show from their house. It's possible they might do that. I mean, like Saturday Night Live was also kind of doing that. Well, other shows, well, and with the comedy shows in North America, were kind of like doing their shows from home, and kind of weird actually. So I mean, it's possible the 46 group shows could probably still be on because like with the coronavirus. Well, they're probably gonna do it through Zoom, probably eventually. Even Nagasawa46 All Night Nippon is on break because of the coronavirus pandemic. But also, I mean, during that time, also the various members were also doing like live, like showrooms as well during this time. I mean, like, and then I've also like come out and like talked to a lot of the members in showroom, which like so like for instance, I talked to teammate members. I talked to yeah, and also during the AKB48 Bis Showroom Competition, we'll get to that in just a few minutes. But also, let's see, who else I talked? Yeah, I talked to Ron, Yoshishiru, Suayamani. They also, I'll tell them that how are they, and they're doing great. And then, so I talked to a few of the 9th Gen and Hijab members in SKE48. I even talked to supposedly Serena Soda. Actually, during one show where she was like in her house, and then she was like showing various things. Then one side of the showroom, she was also looking through a travel book, and then she was like asking like various everyone in the showroom which place she could probably go to, and then so I said Canada, and actually she saw the comment, and she actually read the comment as well too. But also like then I talked to a few of the MB40 as well, including Chihiro Kobayami, which was Jeff from MMB Takoyaki Party's Oshiman, and she's doing very well as well too. To some of the members too as well too, and then also to a few members in the HKT40 as well too. I talked to Vivian Marakawa, which is whom I also in HKT48, and she told me that she's doing great as well too. I also talked to a few of the 2nd Gen members in the STU48, including also Riko Kubo again. But I was like watching her showroom, like somehow a regular viewer of the show, Ram PP actually somehow saw him somewhere in the comments in the showroom, and then though when I was watching Megu Tennichi showroom, somehow Warren, who was another regular on the chat in the Noel of Discord, actually says a spot on me in that showroom as well too. Even to Miaki Riho again, and I asked her how was she doing. She thought I was asking her how old is she, and her answer, the question was 30, although she's actually 20. But for a few seconds, and then actually but after that, really, that's all good. I also talked to 2 of Michael's Ocean surprise. I talked to like, well, Keyakizaka46's Aki Moria, like actually, in one of the showrooms she did, and like, then when she was playing Jenga, and in the beginning of the showroom, like, I said to her, all of them, hello everyone, and actually she saw the comment and read it, surprisingly, saw the comment and read it. And recently, surprisingly, into, well, SK48's Akane Takayanagi, I said, told her, kawaii, and then she actually read the comment. I even also like talked to one of the members in Equal Love, like no Sadagi, which actually when she was talking about Eyes 1, I told her like, oh, you like Eyes 1? And she said, yeah, I like Eyes 1. I also somehow engaged with like Lyrical School's Rosano, which was my in the group, and it was like talking about, well, their next single, which we'll get to later, and she actually liked the tweet. I also surprised I actually somehow played with one of the 2nd Gen members in STU48, Sayaka in the STU48 card game. Yeah, I mean, because I know there's times in their shows they would play the game, but when you play the game, if you play with a member in the group, they'll probably like show that somehow a member in the group is playing the game, and then I thought I almost beat her, but though she actually beat me at least. Oh, and then I mean, there's a lot of other stories I could probably tell. Maybe I'll probably talk about those probably in the next episode. And that's all kind of with the news related with the coronavirus. I know that there were various trends actually in the internet during the coronavirus pandemic, including the wash your hands challenge. And somehow Megu Taniguchi actually began it, and then after that she like as Subway wanted it, and you should help do the challenge. Until they did that, that actually inspired me to actually do the wash your hands challenge. But then after that, I kind of challenged Ruka and also Josh from the Slow Podcast to do it. Ruka did it as well too, and where she washes hands with Luna's Love Cherry motion being played in the background. Now, Josh did it as well, but some we have it, the footage of it. So I know he did, but I have like another person that does the challenge and showed on the video. We challenge Colin from 48 talk to the wash your hands challenge. You're probably gonna make a do where you wash your hands and that challenge 2 people to do the challenge. Now until the actually a few weeks ago, no members in any of idol groups had the coronavirus, but until not in the group, but Sarah actually Katomi Sora actually had the coronavirus. But I mean, she actually put this in a tweet, which I'm trying to get to quickly as well. But so in the the tweet, she said that somehow she had a bit of like flu-like symptoms, and then so she got and after that she found out she had the coronavirus. But after that, she actually by the time now, she actually recovered actually, and she probably is doing very well. She just doesn't have the coronavirus now, I think, but well, really good. So I can see in the tweet here it is, and then like there's her like it's about it. So she's doing really good actually. Then after that, MB48 almost had the coronavirus because somehow, like, Samarase was on a show where she, and apparently one of the other on the show, which was a comedian, somehow, well, after they filmed the episode, somehow had the coronavirus. And though, as this person somehow, say actually called the health officials. And then she found out she has the coronavirus, and then they told her that, well, because it passed 2 weeks, she doesn't have it. I mean, about that, I mean, if she had the coronavirus, then that would have been, like, not great. But the group is, no one in the group has the coronavirus, but it's like, so as a safety precaution, they're actually checking to make sure that they're all good, and well, it's thoroughly good at least. But even despite that, I mean, it appears that no one here's like groups are doing very well, make sure they don't spread the coronavirus. So say also it's like quick like thank you to also all the members and also all the staff of the various other groups for making sure that no one has the coronavirus. So that's hopefully no members will get the coronavirus at least. And then we'll end this section of the episode with actually a blog post that Momoko of Nagasawa46 Momoko also actually read on her blog about with the coronavirus, and which I'm going to show it a few seconds right here. Well, here it is, and with the magic of Google Translate, we're going to translate the post and actually read it. So here it is. It's called Everyone Wants to Do Their Best. So here it is. Everyone wants to do their best. But Momoko's no. Hello, every day I try to find information on the coronavirus. I think everyone is tired of being chased. It may thank you. I'm very scared. Dangerous people. Very scary to put them together. If you have no symptoms, if you're infected, this is the scariest. That you can't meet your loved one. I'm so scared when I think about it. It'll be strange. There are many people who those are fighting cautiously for those who are hospitalized, trying to rest and cure at home, and people doing their best. I can't help but feel sad, painful feeling that makes me dislike living, so that more people do not to protect each important person. The thing I have to act. It's going to be strange unless you go outside. It's supposed to stay home. I think some people think that that's normal too, and you have to bathe in the sun. It also makes me feel that. I can't really say that, but to go out now, you and your loved ones are at risk. I can't live without working now. I can't rest because the group is doing. I think many people in this situation. But if you got infected, if you lose your life, I can't do anything about it. If you lose an important person, it's hard to live. Life depends on people to help us. I need help. The group protects itself and its important people. I think you should do your best and take a rest. If it's difficult, this is because no one is sad. No matter how much money you have, the power to live in sadness, it's gone. That money has no meaning. Please take a rest now. I don't want you to have a hard time. I don't want to mourn my loved ones. I don't want to risk my loved ones. A day where everyone can smile, everyone has to make it absolutely everyone have to cooperate. Please, everyone. With love and important people again, the day I can meet with a smile. I hope you will come soon. Momoko. Yeah, and a final thing about that. Also, don't forget to stay home and wash your hands. It's actually fun actually. Well, stay home and wash your hands. It's actually very fun. Now to the rest of the multi-group news, which stuff quickly, but here is that thing. But we know probably probably in the next past few months. I mean, there was the group AKB48 was doing another showroom competition involving fashion with the AKB48 Bis Showroom Competition, and so far these 4 of the groups did their sections of the showroom competition. MB48, ST48, AKB48, and SKE48. Well, now in this showroom competition, the top 3 members that are ranked in section will probably put in the magazine, Bis magazine. But then after that, the members that are in first place, one of them will probably be put on the front page of the magazine. And also will probably also be a regular model on the magazine. I mean, how's my word? But it's like, it's probably interesting. So far, in the showroom competition so far, in the MB48 section, Karen Hara actually won in her section. And in the MB40 section, pretty much everyone in that section actually won, because the only members that were in that section of the showroom competition was her and I think Rina. I'm just gonna do it quickly here so we can see. So here's the results of that too, and then see here for Karen won in first. Oh, now Shinazo. Oh. Actually, now Shinazo actually won. So, well, I thought Karen won, but she cashed up and actually won. But at least all of them won kind of in a way. But I actually talked to Karen actually on one of the showrooms she did. Well, a few times actually on her showroom. And the first time I talked to her, I actually told her happy birthday to her because it was her birthday around that time. Although I told her that 2 days before her birthday, and she kind of But that, and then the second time when she was doing another showroom, there's first the rest there too. They said, "Hello everyone," and then she saw the comment and read it too. And then after that, with the we had like STU48 section, the STU48 section of the showroom, and that one of Vice Captain Akari could actually won it. Now I thought that well, Misaki Mamura, which was my Oceanman in the group, actually won, but then actually Akari won. The vice captain beats the captain of the group. And so you can see here, she's in one, and Misaki's in second, and third, Kokakai was in third. Now I actually talked to, well, both Misaki and Akari. I mean, Misaki actually to her again, and like I was like in her showroom, she actually was in the car, and I actually told her like, "Oh, how are you?" And she said like, "Yeah, she's doing great too." And another show they did near like the end of the session, the showroom competition, she's had various like songs and like an octopus in it. For instance, there's say like a SK Festival, she says like Octopus Festival, and then she even also saying like SK48's a recent single, you like it, you know. There's a certain way they say like she instead says taco. Also when I was watching Kari's sure, I also told her how she is too, and she's doing as well too. Yeah, I think that's when I was talking to Koka actually in a showroom. She's actually I think when I said like good morning to her, and she posted the comment. I think I also talked to Rika too. I talked to Riko as well, and Sarah I her as well too. Soraha. Her as well, too. Mio as well, to talk to her too. Yeah. Yeah, as well as Yurina and Arissa. She's all doing to end. Marina and Yuna. But I also actually talked to well, fellow YouTuber Miu Sakaki, which actually a few times I actually talked to her. And she's also doing well, but also said her like a happy birthday. So happy birthday on her birthday. And then she thanked me as well too, but also think about that, not only her birthday was happening too as well, but also Nagasawa46's Manamo Miyata's birthday was on the same day too. So happy birthday to both you and Manamo. And then after that we had the the main group. Well, in that one, teammates Miu Shitao actually won that section of the showroom competition, and this night, it was, though she's going to university, she actually, and she's gonna be on the magazine, but not sure she's gonna be on the cover of the magazine. And then she was in first, and then in second you got another teammate, Nagisa Sakuchi, which in some of her showrooms she was sitting in a chair, and it's all good. And in third place, Team B's Maho Mori, which I actually talked to her actually. Well, at least 2 times on the show. Like the first time I actually talked to her is like in showrooms actually when like she was actually eating lunch, and she was I think she was eating a pizza sub. And then like how she said, and she said like, oh, she's hungry. And then well, so it was in fourth, and it was in fifth. Ray, Kawa, which was sixth, Ray in seventh. 8th, Aya Takahashi, which, yeah, I talked to her too, and she's doing very well too. honestly, Yoshikawa actually talked to her a few times, and in some of her showrooms, she was like eating food. Like one showroom, she was eating a Burger King, and that showroom actually said to her like Burger King, and then she saw the comment read, and she said she's eating a Whopper. And then there was another show where she was eating Pizza Hut as well, which is good. And like the food there, like very delicious, so good. Then 10th, Saka Takahashi's 11th. Ariichi was in 12th. 13th place, Shirin Ma, which actually I talked to her as well too. Actually, in showroom, actually, like in one showroom she was like talking about fashion patterns. One of them she said one of the fashion patterns was designed is Gingham check, and then like when I said to her, "Oh, Gingham check," then she saw the comment and read it. And Misaki's in the 15th. Pakiho is in 15th. Yu in 16th. Mahoma in 17th. Tomoyoshi 18th. 19th, Haruka Kurusu, which is Dr. her two in. Well, last place, Saki Mishida. And recently, there's SKE48, their section of the showroom competition, which here's the results of that. Just gonna loading a bit, takes a bit to load. So there. And then so in like the SKE48 section of the well, in most of it, Keyakizaka Hori was in first, but then at the end of it, Miyu Nomura actually cashed up in. Well, she won the showroom competition. And then I think I talked to Miyu, I think once at least, but I mean, but Keyakizaka, I talked to her as well. Oh, and second, third place, we had like Kotono Rai's sister Yukino Shirai, which I talked to her a few times, and then when I was from two, I told her like Koi, and then like saw the comment Reddit. Yeah, Ari, I talked to her as well. Miki, I think I talked to her as well. Yeah, I talked to her. I think even before the show began. Mizuki, yeah, I talked to her too, and Anna, I talked to her as well too. And that's the AK48 Bis Showroom Competition so far, but I think beginning next, either HKT or SK, I mean, the group that shall not be named will do their sections, but I mean, if it's the next group that'll be in the showroom competition is the group that shall not be named. There's though we will still cover up. I'm probably not going to watch any of the showrooms play to the there shall be named, although there is maybe a bit of justice for Maho, which we'll get to that later. We get to graduated member news, and so now to our next story in multi-group news, but kind of similar with the coronavirus pandemic. Here's that some of the Nagasawa46's Murray Sasaki and former SK48 member Rara Goto will be reporters on the, well, Zip, which is the early morning news show on NTV. I was thinking Rara was probably going to be a pour on a news, maybe host of a news program. Maybe she's probably on her way to doing that. I mean, a morning show would be great, but it's there. So I know Ruka actually talked about this about this news. But here's in there like it's like the segment that they'll do on the show, they'll be talking about fashion and other things as well. So far, Rara actually did a report on the show where she talks about with food. But I know it's unknown if there'll be more. Those of the 7th since with the coronavirus pandemic, but But when it ends, they'll probably have more reports from them. And finally, with some multi-group news, but of course, like last month was the 6th-month anniversary of Uni's On Air, which is the music game involving Keyakizaka46 and Nagasawa46. And I mean, the game is like really good. That it's like, you know, me and Michael and also Steve play the game a lot. So to celebrate the 6th-month anniversary of the game, they actually did a few events as well as like in the office where like during ones, let's say it's like Nagasawa46's first anniversary, well, as Nagasawa46, and Keyakizaka46's 4th year anniversary, like you can give the members in those groups like cake. The thing about this is that like with Nagasawa46, their cake is, well, vanilla cake. Well, for Keyakizaka46, their birthday cake was chocolate cake. And then when you give them the cake, it'll boost the members in the crowd too. They also did member yell ranking as well, and also some focus lives too. Some points too. Added some new dramas to the Rema section of the game. And also they did like added 5 new songs and 2 new versions of 2 songs in the game. Now I think about that, but it's like, oh, multiple news. Now I know that somehow that Yuna Hirate, Miu Suzumoto, Nana Oda, now Nanako Nagasawa, which will do that in a few sentences, and also Mao Guch are still in the game, even though that they left the group. Although left the group already. Although those opponents, they were probably going to be updating the game soon, probably when they put the Kenshuseis who were put in the group. And we'll talk more about all the new members and all the 46 groups later in the TV show Roundup. But they also actually did various events involving, well, those members leaving the group. And actually, when they did the event for like Nanako Nagasawa, I somehow got a SSR photo of her in silent majority. It's probably the last photo her probably get in the game. And then, of course, a new month begins. And it's also the first, it's like the beginning, the end of like the first year of the Reiwa era, which we know began last year when Emperor Naruhito is now the Emperor of Japan, and also it's also Golden Week actually happening right now too. But also in the game right now, there's some like new events, as well as they also put some SSR photos of for Ambivalent and the Hiragana track in that single as well. Happy Aura. Oh, and actually one more thing with multi-group news, but before we get to that, first a thing on Keyakizaka46 news, but now my thoughts on like Nanako Nagasawa announcing that she left the group. I mean, it was like really like I mean, like, so she's kind of like leaving around this at least during the coronavirus pandemic. Although this Apollo channel was probably planned before that, since they recorded her like the little section, like in one of the most recent episodes of Kekite, where they kind of give like their final thoughts on something in the group. It was actually recorded, I think, around the beginning of I think March of this year, which meant that they probably knew it the entire time, and like maybe because of like what happened with the recent news that when like Yurina and Miu and Nana left the group, but it'd be that, but I'm not sure that. But I think she was a very fun member. I mean, I know so I talked to her a few times, I'm sure, surprisingly knows me. I mean, she also likes ribbon and also, yeah, also likes food as well too. It's good. Although it's kind of like a bit unusual because like the episode where they kind of showed that the message actually was on the episode where her and Rika Watanabe were actually making bread, which we'll get a bit more later in the TV show Roundup. And as we know, she left the group actually at the end, on March 31st, which was 2 months ago. Although it appears that now that most in the group is now Rika Watanabe, which we know is actually Steve's Hoshiman as well. I mean, she's fun as well. And well, I guess that's why she was making bread in the space in there. But related to that as well, it's because Nanako left the group, I had to change my own Hoshiman in the game to, I could have changed to like to Rika, right? But well, chance that she might announce that she might probably like leave the group, so I'd probably like put like my Oshiman in Keyakizaka46, which you know is Kumi Sasaki. The more related to Nanako Nagasawa, I mean like how she has a account in Twitter and also like Instagram. Also, Suzumoto also has at least an Instagram account, and she also has a Globe as well, as well as Nagasawa46's Wasumi also has an Instagram account. Also, current member Nagasawa46 Kazumi News also has an Instagram account, which might be a hint that apologize that maybe the rest of the members will probably start finally be using social media, Twitter and Instagram, and then also this might lead to let's say with the rest of the 46 groups in Keyakizaka46 and Nagasawa46. I mean, I know that all the members in Yoshimoto's Nagasawa46 actually use social media because, well, I mean, they have accounts already. But also with social media, it appears that somehow the few more members in STU48 are now beginning to use Twitter. Actually, 4 members started to begin to using Twitter in the past few weeks, including Arisa Maniyoshi, Maiha Morishida, Mahina Tsuguchi, and Nonako Koas. But actually, you can find, well, at least they have Twitter accounts, but you can follow them on Twitter. Their Twitter accounts. You follow like Maiha through her account Maiha_40z, like one lowercase z and uppercase z. You can follow Arisa through her Twitter account Arinko_ST48. You can follow Nonaka through her account Nonaka_5523, and you can follow Mahina G Taniguchi in her Twitter account Mahina_Tikasum, lowercase m, and you have underscore the TKSM. And with that is the multi-group news now, because we can go through also like the news that happened in the past few months, well, some additional news that happened. First off, it's a concert, but beginning with AKB48/OUC48 news. So I know in one of the concerts that AKB48 showed on their YouTube channel, which was a Team A concert, and finally to see what a Team A concert looks like in the theater, and it was a real great concert. Now I know I was like watching the concert with various other for fans, including like there's people like in the chat in the show spoiler section of the chat in the Northern Live Discord. And before the concert began, we were all like saying that there's a probably chance that probably like no members will announce that they'll leave the group during the time because of the coronavirus pandemic. But But then near the end of the concert, after the members took a picture, but surprisingly, in that section, well, Ruka Yamamoto surprisingly announced that she is leaving the group, and like, now that she's leaving the group, and she represents a picture of Wakayama. Yeah, and then when that happened, somehow Hama actually really like she cried, and then like, yeah, some of that was not going to happen during this time, but it appears it's somehow she did, and then, but now with the coronavirus pandemic, I mean, she'll probably be in the group a bit longer, but I mean, like, that to happen, so that. And then, no, next. But in case with YouTube, but here's somehow that, a few members are now starting to, launch their YouTube channels now. Like, for instance, first, Team A's, Yokoyama Yuihan actually launched her YouTube channel called Yuihan Life. I'll show it quickly here. So here's the channel, and yeah, her channel is all good. I mean, like, videos like the first video she put on her channel was where she kind of explored, goes to a pop-up shop involving Ribbon, which you also know Nanako Nagasawa, so like she also went there too as well. And then there's also another video as well too. It's about she'll do on the channel. And there was this one little video she put where she kind of like does a collaboration with a film director, video director, and like also like where she kind of like wakes up into her morning routine. And then she does a few various roles involving like makeup. There's also a video where she kind of like she actually gets like room service, and then she talks in English, which was actually really good. I mean, sounds way to speak English. There's also various blogs she does. She did a making of an episode of the travel show that she does, which was on Kyoto, which actually was on KTV, which actually just moved to a new time slot, now airing at 6:30 in the morning. Now then, like, evening. And then also did a few recent videos involving being at home because with the coronavirus pandemic. And then after that, Nagisa Sanaguchi launched her YouTube channel, which is called NagiTube, and her YouTube channel was all good. I mean, like, what I know so far involves like her going around like her prefecture, which you know is Hokkaido. Then she goes to like, and in those videos she kind of like she goes to a winter festival and sees some snow sculptures. She also eats some food and also goes to as well. So far, recent stuff is mainly all about Hokkaido and food. I mean, about that, but I mean, like, as I know that, like Shion Horo, which knows my host from the MB48, is also from Hokkaido. Maybe Nagisa could do a crossover with Shion's YouTube channel. I mean, that would nice. It could be that. And then after that, Miho Miyawaki launched her YouTube channel, which is called MeowTube. The other thing about her YouTube channel is that it kind of like, well, she does it in Japanese, but it's bilingual because it's also in Japanese, but also in Korean too. And sort of like the first video she did is where she kind of goes to a ramen place and then like it's very spicy ramen, which yeah, so far most of the videos on her channel is mainly food so far, but she might do eventually, maybe in the next few weeks. Well, probably from home because with the coronavirus. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, and then we got to the national right now, but like in case of various members who were on like a regular hiatus, but then came back after, like since teammate Ayaka Mino went on a break for a while, but then because of health reasons, but then after that she came back and she's we really know right now. And also surprisingly, well, another member teammate, although is a draft member, a member also talked to her, I'm sure Sora Honda also did a break, but then came back after, so maybe she was just taking a quick break and she comes back after, so she's doing good as well too, but all good. And finally with the AKB48/OUC news, but now various news related to the group's Bis hit single "Thank You Heartbreak," which was released last month. We have like version A of the single. We have like the limited edition version, which down the front you got like, well, the lead member on this, well, like Mitsuki Muchi, as well as Nana Okada and Yuri Miyana. But I mean about that with like the cover, them being like the members on the single is probably that like say that Mizuka, Nana, and Yuri are kind of like the Sakura, Mai, Shiraishi, and Asuka of AKB48. I mean they could be, but still, and then on the back, well, it's upside down, but then if you see like Manami and Akira Yoshida and Seda Fuoka on the back. Yeah, so the involves like it was #1 in its first week of release, and it's total like 1.3 million copies, which at the coronavirus pandemic was actually about to begin, but at least this was so good. I mean, there'll probably not be no handshake events for it, but I mean they might play it later. So you can see, let's go here, play to the thing. Here it is. So if it's #1, its first week of release, yeah, it beat official Dendism's I Love, and also ABC's as well too. So it did well. Oh. And then the more news related to the single is that also the making of the video, the music video of the song was actually released on AKB48, the AKB48 Eizouken, as well as there was also an inside look of the making of the song actually on Yokohama's YouTube channel UN Life. I actually like watched the making of on AKB47. Yeah, it was all good. Like about this, that actually like. So in the middle of the video, they kind of showed like them filming like the section in the video where they're like actually in the rooms, and then they also show like the sections where they film like the little dance sections in the video. The interesting like the parts of the making of the video is that they actually filmed the video on a Ari Flex camera, which is actually I mean, if they filmed it on an Ari Alexa camera, like the same camera that used to film the highest grossing film of all time, probably the greatest film of all time, The Avengers Endgame, which it was filmed on an iReflex, but it was also the same camera they used to film the video of the previous single, Sustainable. But also the another thing that happened also in the making of the was actually when they also like filmed the video, like they also filmed the video during Mion Michi's birthday, which was would probably be motion group women out in the group. And like when they were making the video, like when they were doing a take of the dance section of the video, instead of playing the song, they actually played the they played Namita's surprise, and then they gave her the little cake. So just we get to there. So as you can, I mean, the making of the video is 11 minutes long, which yeah. So here's the on AKB48 which oh yeah, by the way, they just added STU48's concert at the AKB48 Fest, which probably they might put the rest of the concerts as well. Yeah, even in the individual solo concerts probably as well too. In the which also yeah, by the way, AKB48 mobile as well as maybe AKB48 the man and AKB48 will probably also temporarily rebranded with first with the group now being called OUC48 during the coronavirus pandemic. So that AKB48 Mobile is now called OUC48 Mobile, AKB48 Live on Demand is now called OU48 Live on Demand, and AKB48 Eizou is now called OUC48 Eizou. So when you get to the OUC48 section, there's well, they also just added the making of one of the recent NetShop photos from this month, and then as well as the concerts from the end of the tour they did last year. And then making of the unit concerts in the AKB48 unit concerts so far. Yeah, here it is. That's the making of the music video over there. But also quickly with the inside look of the make of the song like in Yui Hand Life. So they like recorded the song, and then they also like then they also grade 2. And then they also showed footage of them like doing the promotional art for the photos in the single, and as well. And then they also like put the showed like filming the video. And the other thing about that, when they filmed the video, is that the opening in her videos, they actually filmed it while they were filming the video. I might actually saw the shot during like the little before they sing the chorus like the second time. Good. Oh, no, with OUC48 Eizou just added. No, in the series right now they they just added like the SK48 request hour from 2018. But they also added as well the retrospect on SK48 of their 10th anniversary. It's like the entire thing all put in like then MB48 they just added like the Sayaka Yamamoto concert collection. It also includes her last concert in the theater, plus the group's 8th anniversary, where and then HKT48 they decided the concert at HKT48 at the Tokyo Dome City Hall, where Rino Sashiharu announced she left the group. Yeah, and that's on OUC48 on demand in the past few months. And I like more with the group's recent single "Thank You Heartbreak" is that the group also put a dance practice video of the choreography of the dance in the video of the song. That means now you can learn how to do the dance. I mean, I know in the choreography of the songs, there's like a bit of like 1960s dance moves. I mean, like, if you know how to do like 1960s dance moves, it's like, you'll probably be able to do it. Like, I know there's like one where it's like, when she went in the Mizuko's like the spin there. Oh yeah, and also one more thing with the Spirit single "Thank You Heart," but in the other like FA Square, you'll watch like the individual versions of the movie of the song. I know FA Square is probably made by SoftBank, which we know is the Sylvan company that powered the technology that was used to like make the video, which they use like SoftBank 5G. And I know I saw the Yuri Murayama version of the video, and I don't know with the structure of the individual version of the music of the songs that it's the video as usual, but there's also like a shot in the video that where they would mainly focus on a specific member, but also there was a deleted scene in the video where somehow the member was standing behind a green screen, which somehow was not put in the video, but they could have put it in, but it's all good. I mean, like, I feel like maybe when they were making the video, what they did, they made like 17 different versions of the same video, and then they would use all those versions to kind of put the various different like camera angles when you're actually editing the video. I probably want to see the Manami Minagishi version. It's like she was the lead member on the single. Related to the group's recent single "Thank You Heartbreak." Well, the music video of Manami Minagishi graduation song and like it's called "Until the Day We Meet Again," which is actually on the version of the single that I have, but it was great. It was like not as sad as I thought it was gonna be, and then like Nana was graded, and she sounded graded as well. In the video, you can also see like the members that were like Kinkyuseis when she was a Kinkyusei after the controversy she was involved in. You see Mion in the video. There's a shot in the video was like passing the torch because when she leaves the group, Mion will now be Miyoshi in the group. Then you also see Nana and Yuri as well, and Saho and Haruka and Saho and Shinobu and Ayana as well too. It was a great video, I mean, but since she's gonna be still in the group a bit longer, that's like, still in the group still? That is AKB48/OUC48 news. Now we can go to the go to SK48 news. And I don't know, I was like, it's like in the past few months, like, well, before the coronavirus pandemic happened, is like began is that somehow like okay, the group formed a new unit called AKB48, which consists of Ayaka Oda, Ruka Kitano, Nazumi Takeda, Ruka Kumazaki, and Kaho Ho, which I mean this might be the revival of a group. Actually before, but yeah, this is a group probably, but it's like, yeah, so there's the new group, and Now I know we talked about this in the previous part that they're also involved in a bank commercial, though they haven't did a lot yet because since we know we have the coronavirus pandemic, but there'll probably be more probably when it ends, so this is probably gonna be actually good. Now about my thoughts on the the recent like controversy that happened. One of the 9th gen members in the of the group, which you know is I'm just gonna find this Rika Tsumi is Tsuzuki. Where somehow she put a tweet about the members in HKT40 being unattractive, though she was originally going to put it in a private account, but she actually put it in her public account. First, but then I was say that I know for sure there are no members in HKT40 that are unattractive. There's also no members in SKE4 that are unattractive. There are no members in any idol group that is unattractive. I'm just kind of worried that was probably going to happen. Maybe there was like the members might be talking trash about other members, but I mean, and then this led to her by using a user's Twitter account. Then also to the, so this has happened at the time that, HKT48's next hit single, which we'll get to later, is being released. But also the, let's do, But the other thing about that is that somehow, surprisingly, I talked to her in, showroom, actually, I think a few weeks before the controversy happened. I mean, it was remember, but we'll have to wait and find out what happens after that, but what about that, if it's possible, go get, or stream AKT48's, nice hit single, 3-2, which, although it might sound like Keyakizaka46's 9th single, it's still great. So do get the single, which actually did very well. We'll get to that later. And that is SK48 news. But now to some MB48 news. And I know Seimarase is releasing a photo book, which actually has been released 2 weeks ago. And is it? Probably very well. Well, it has a title. The photo is called S is Good? S Guy. And I thought the article was the only show that was covering the photo book, because I thought that the MB40 Takoyaki party was somehow not on last month. But it appears that it was actually on the last month, and they're doing very well. So shout out to Matt and Ryan and Jeff, the MB Takoyaki party. They're all doing very well right now. But also that they released the covers of the photo book, or at least 2 of them. At least I'm gonna get to very quick. Okay, so here are I think it's 2 of the covers from the book. I think here's the regular version, which here's something on the bed, and then there's the second one, which this one over here. No. If you pre-ordered the photo book, there's and you actually show proof that you actually got it through the Twitter page of the photo book. I'll actually give you the making of which was actually by Sai herself, and also for international fans, there's even a version of the making of in Korean, which actually translated by Sai herself. So it probably did very well, though probably they may not did any events really to it since with the coronavirus pandemic. Let's see what we got. Here, hold on. And then, hold on. And then with next we it's like, as you probably know, the trailer showed that MMB48 does MMB and Manabu-kun ended, well, at the end of, well, March. And I don't know, the show is probably like their AK bingo. I haven't so a lot of it, but I know it's a very educational show, but it's all good. And then next with various members of like the group actually announced that they're the group. But the end thing about that, they actually announced it in various showrooms. Like all of them are draft members, and Natsuko Akashi and Maria Mizuguchi announced that they'll be leaving the group. Yeah, it was thinking that was going to happen with the coronavirus pandemic, because that they're leaving the group. But I mean, I know I would have talked to Maria a few times, I think, on Sherman. She was a really great member, but it's all good. Oh, and this is actually just in, but actually another member in the group actually knows the group also through a showroom. Momoka Hio and Nama actually announced that she'll be in the group also in a showroom. She's in Team M. Also a 6 Gen member 2 is member as well too, and like I mean, I might have heard a few times. I mean, like she's probably some member 2. There's a a little bit with the coronavirus. She probably might be in the group a bit long. Well, might be in the group a bit longer, but she's probably all good. There's her little message from there. Probably the reason why, like she's probably leaving the group is because she wants to focus on another thing she wants to do, but I mean, that could work at least. But I hope she does very well after when she leaves the group. Good. And now, further with the B48 news, but to the group's next hit single, because, which now has Kokuya Yumiyama and Ayaka Mono being double centers in the single. It was announced during a showroom, actually, a few months ago. As I said earlier, it was originally going to be released on May 13th, but it's now been delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic. Also, the music video of the song actually has been released. I saw it. It's actually, it's great. I mean, like, it's really one of the the surprise hits of this year. I mean, like, the song actually, the music video of the song kind of looks like the song, like, part of that music video that Nagasawa46 would probably. I mean, I say it's like something that Nagasawa46 would probably do, but I mean, the video kind of looks like something that Nagasawa46 would probably do. And then there's also like with the quality of how the video was made, because it's like it's very high quality. Interesting about like the song that like the camera that was actually used in the video, and actually another friend in the chat, and then I'll just mention Charlie K. He actually said that the camera that was used to film the video was a Sony Venetian camera, which is which you know is made by the same company that handles the 46 groups. I mean, I suppose just maybe the video these videos in the 46ers, they might have used a red camera, but I mean, they might have used Sony cameras, which nice, but I mean, it's a high quality camera. It's like all good. And also, actually, Matt from BNK48 Takoyaki Party kind of mentioned that somehow there's a section in the video where, like, you see Karen and, like, Hera doing the pita. But also kind of like, you know, some of the members that were actually at the back of the area was somehow not seen. I mean, they might have been seen a bit, but it's all good. I thought at one point that Saka Yamamoto made a surprise appearance in the video that proves, oh, she's still with the group. But actually, it's actually Karen Kojima. Well, she has short hair now, so I mean, it's like, well, I mean, it's like, oh yeah, no, with like Ayaka. I mean, Coconut and Ayaka being the lead members in the single, the rivalry is happening. But though that the single will be released, the covers of the single will look similar to like the covers of a single of well, that's made by Nagasawa46. As you can see now with the here, like, so right now here. So like version A, you have like the single like various paint. Then version B. Well, this cover kind of looks into the cover of, well, the song made by BNK46. Let's get into self-centeredness. Jikuku. Well, here's the cover of version C, and the cover of version D, and the theater version somehow on this cover it has like Roman Samarasi, so maybe like Coconut and Ayaka, but yeah, I mean, it's like of the single I'm probably gonna get to not like what I could listen to. I mean, but well, yeah. Well, for the handshake, it's sort of to the so they have a really interesting thing where there
we are
can actually do phone calls. So when you get the theater version of the single, you get like a phone card.
we will allow
Where
retail to start.
you get a pre-recorded minutes from whenever you were gonna
And rather
see
than
at the
wait for the whole
big event.
state to be ready,
Also, you get an entry for a chance to actually talk to the member.
upstate has to wait for downstate to
We
be
post
ready.
with
We're
the
gonna be
member want to
waiting a
see.
long time.
So we're
I mean,
already starting to see what the new normal is starting to look like.
No,
as
it's
some
like,
states slowly start
the more
to
copies
reopen.
probably
There are
get, the
well over,
chance you
a couple
probably
dozen
could
states
get
that have started to lift
a call
some
with the
measures,
member you want to
things
talk to.
from allowing non-essential surgery
I know the guy that
to
can be
allowing
Zuckerberg
some
talking more
states
about in
malls are
detail, so
reopening, beaches are reopening in
I
some
can also
parts
watch
of
that.
Florida. However, physical
Well, the most recent
distancing
episode
measures are being encouraged,
about that.
if not in
That is NB40 news. And now to HKT48 news. But first, I'm beginning with like mainly involving the group's nicest single is called, which you know has a title now, 3-2. So also the covers of the single has been released, which are actually great. I mean, I know I'll probably get any version. I'll probably get version A of the single. I mean, the great news that the single has been released, despite that it was kind of caused that the coronavirus pandemic is actually happening. But also it did very well as well too. It was like first place also in the I mean #1 in the in its first week. Sold out like 11,000 copies. So it very well. I mean, but despite with the coronavirus pandemic actually happening, mean, like, maybe the pandemic probably affected the sales of the single, but it did very well at least. It even beat the Rampage's recent hit single, so it's all good. Now about the music video of the song, I mean, it's good. I mean, like, it could have been and this, it could have, like, could have been Keyakizaka46's 9th single. It's like the video kind of looked like like the lighting kind of looks like the type of thing that Keyakizaka46 would probably do, with the choreography too. I mean, everyone in the video was great as well too. I mean, I know that somehow that Kaede somehow had a glow up somehow in this video, which is well, good, but I mean, it means it's a publisher that probably Haruna Anju would be the Irina Harate, they'll make her the lead member like the next few singles. Well, pretty fun about that. Finally, with the HKT48 news, but that Team H captain and, well, my second favorite member in the group, Natsumi Matsuoka, is in a web commercial involving Takumi, which is see there? She's over there? Right, over there, yeah. He's like, which is a sauce we'd probably use with noodles. Now, because the commercial got a lot of attention, we're actually gonna watch the commercial, and we're gonna watch the commercial right now. So, here it is.
今日はお忙しいところお時間いただきどうもありがとうござ
So
いました。
it begins with like
早速なんですけれども、
the head of the company like can't talk about
言葉のプロの
the source, and then he kind of trying to think about how are we gonna
と思うんですけれども、
how are we gonna promote this
いろいろ考えたんですけど、
like sauce.
喋るのは専門なんですけど、言葉の解
So they somehow decided, oh, let's do a trying to find out they have to find a spokesman for the sauce, and so they have to do this show
別の企画を
to find a spokesperson for the
こちらはどうで
sauce.
しょ
これならいけますね。やりましょう。
う。よろしくお願いします。
Which you're about to see right now. But in the show, it's somehow like
さあ
this
始ま
one
ります。
people would
めん
like
つゆおいし
be
さ
in
表
the
現チャレンジ。
kind of pitch
この度山木では
for the sauce, and then somehow various women would probably judge in the sort of the
そこで
notice or
美味し
something
さをい
here
かに分かりやすく魅力的に伝えるか。
until you somehow see
各界を代表する
HKT48's Natsumi Matsuoka. It's like,
プ
what
レ
is
ゼンの審
this
査
here?
員は主婦代表のこちらの5人。
What is Natsumi
優
Matsuoka
勝者
doing
に
in
はこれらの豪華特典が与えられます。早速参りましょう。トップバッターはこの
the
方です。
pitches?
まずは外観ですが、
So it's like a person that's famous involved with wine.
薄い琥珀色、
Like he's like
まるで夕焼けのようです。
it's like chasing this,
非常に
making the sauce as was wine.
海風のようなニュアンスが鼻をくすぐります。とてもフルーティーで軽やか、なおかつ
Like the fruit taste in the sauce. It puts the noodles inside.
家庭的ながら非常に究極のバランス。これらを一言でまとめるのであれば、一汁三菜料理。
続いては
And the person is, but this person, like, Kenji, who is actually person knows a lot about the Japanese language. You know him, he was actually in a show on NHK World called Nihongo Quiz Lesson, where he talks about beneath, where he kind of talks about how to master the Japanese language. So doing his thing. Then, oh, he just eats the noodles to that.
これはまさしく銀河のつゆ
He used kanji and, or kind of. And another famous painter somehow
タイトルは
pitches the sauce by doing a painting.
山木の晩餐です。
And then this. So does something with R2? Catches the sauce?
おお
Well, it's like the little. They're in the label of the sauce. And then here's where Natsumi comes. What's this called? Love to You. Very good. So like HKT first or Takami. Then it was like, what's
を
this?
もちまして全てのプレゼン
And then the women have to decide who
今審査に入ってい
the
るところです
spokesperson for the sauce.
さあ果たして優勝の栄冠は一体誰の頭上に輝くんでありましょうか
But in the end, they choose.
意見がまとまらず一人に絞れませんでした
The Japanese with the
どのプレゼンも皆さん素晴ら
his
しかったん
language
ですね
expert here.
それで皆さんの話を聞い
Because
ている
why
うちに
they
めんつゆの美味しさは一言では言い表せないということが分かったんです
This
で
was
す
the
ので優勝者なしとしたいと思います
なるほど結局言葉にならないほど美味しいということですね先生
はい、言葉は無力ですね。
というわけでめんつゆ美味しさ
Even his pitch was kind of very convincing too. I mean, Natsumi's was also good
それ
too.
では店頭でお会いしましょう
How about this?
新しくなったヤマキのめんつゆをぜひお試しください
And that is the commercial that Natsumi Takumi web commercial that Natsumi Matsuoka is actually in. And that's a commercial that even like it got a lot of attention actually that somehow even though like in the case with the little like song that she sings in the commercial like called Love to You. It's like do you no. I mean the song was so good that actually a few members also kind of did a bit of that too. Like here's Mika
頑張るぞ
doing the dance in the Love to You dance. As well as that, then also, well, Arena Sakamoto also did the little dance too. Which we're gonna watch her little thing right now with very quickly. Do you. Yeah, that song sounds really actually good actually, yeah. Well, here's Arena Sakamoto doing the Love to You dance. Oh. And here it is. Also sings the song too, actually, too, as well. Just played better. Multiple camera angles. And even Natsumi responded too. Kind of catchy as well too, you know. Oh, should have paused it. There, okay, and that's Rena Sakamoto doing the Love to You dance. And then what it involves the most recent single, Protective Color of Happiness. We have got version D of the single, which actually includes the 4th gen track. Well, I see, and also includes a document involving my Shiraishi, which is surprisingly actually shorter than I thought it was going to be, but yeah, on the cover of the where the hell they got, I have like Miona Hori and Hanako and Paisanuch. Then on the back you have them wearing the little helmets, and then on the back you have them without the helmets. See if you look like closely at the It says that the document, that the range of the Blu-ray of the single was like 10 minutes long, which is surprisingly short, which, I mean, it's gonna be like very long, but at least it's there yet. At least. But that was not the only also thing that also got a lot of attention too. I mean, apparently Jan Holshino did a video he put on his YouTube channel where he sings a song called "Dancing on the Inside" to kind of like it's like to kind of convince people to stay at home. This and the same they said there's no you can actually use the video for anything with it. But then kind of led to like various like members kind of like you seen the video either like sing with him or like dance with him or sing as well. But also like there was like one video where like I think Mirai MB48's Mirai Hano and another member like were actually like doing like interpretive dance to the song, and yeah, it's also that college in too. And there's also other things that got attention while they were with the coronavirus pandemic. And that's HKT48 news, and now we go to ST48 news, and I only have one, but I know that it's a second gen member, Arisu Kondo, actually left the group because she could focus on school. The interesting thing about that is I actually talked to her actually a few days before she left the group. Like when I told her, asked her how is it like being in the group. Then after that she was like, she saw the comment, she said like she's like doing really well. And she does very well when she's at school when she's in the group. And there's actually 40 news, and now to Nagasawa46 news. The single was also #1 in the first week of its release. But in order to be AKB48's recent single particular color, they have to sell more than 1.3 million copies. Now, in total, after like a few days, the single sold 900,000 copies. That means it appears that the AKB48's recent single particular color, Thank You Heartbreak. It's great. I mean, so you may not like the song, but I mean that's like so they did very well. I thought that Nagasawa46 was going to sell more than the AKB48, but it appears the AKB48's recent single sold more copies than the Nagasawa46 single. Even during the first week of release, it even beat a song from the group that was in Love Live, Nano. They're still big music, even though the group in the show right now is Aquars, and they also beat Fiercely Dandism's I Love, and The Pump's Heart on Fire. They even beat that song as well. Oh, even Mr. Children's song, and surprisingly, if some of Mr. Dandism Pretender. So I feel like it's a well, I mean, although if my Shiraishi is still being in the group at least a few more months, maybe they'll give her another song. And then some Nagasawa46. But last month, there was, like 6 months ago, there was in the game that most of Nogiego, there was a mini drama in the game called Goodbye Ensemble, where kind of like with this, in this one it has Mai Shiraishi as well as Miratsu Akimoto, as well as Kazumi Hui and Sayuri Matsumura. So the really significance between those members. I mean, they did various songs together, and I mean the rest of them. And like as you play progress, like as you play progress through the game, like you'll probably unlock various things of the mini drama, but also so like when you get like various photos related, like I mean cards related to the game, it's like you actually put the photos like if you actually combine some of the photos, you can actually get pictures with those like two members in there. But also the thing with Nogiego too is that like to promote the group's recent single "Prayer of Happiness," they also did an event too. Interesting in that event, like they actually like little like really like put incorporate like the world of the music video of the song, like you kind of see the various things in the video, including like the little like field like that you see when like Mai Shiraishi opens the door at the end of the video, and you can even get like the clothes that Mai Shiraishi wore in the video of the song. But now more related to the group's single "Pure Color Happiness," the videos of the rest of this. The initial tracks in the single were released. First, we have the music video of Mai Shiraishi's graduation song called "Jane." Now that was like, it was great, good. I mean, it's like they like in the video, like kind of see like her in the music room, which is kind of like something else we saw in the video of Nanase Nishino's graduation song. It was surprisingly like very sad. It's like, and there's like the section with the thing with the kid in the video. I thought that the kid in the video was Yurina Harachi because like she might Mai Shiraishi might have been her ocean man in Nagasawa46. With that shot where like she was like going to school, and it looks like the clothes she wore in the video of duo season. But those are show like archival footage of like her his other graduating concerts, including like Nanase Nishino's graduating concert. That kind of shows that maybe Nanase Nishino leaving the group might be one of the reasons why she's leaving the group. But I mean, that they even showed a few footage from the documentary last year, which is watch that. There's also a shot in the video where like we have the various lanterns. That kind of looks like the lanterns. It kind of looks similar to like the lanterns in seen in the film like Tangled. After that, we have the we have the video of the third gen track. Every day is a brand new day, which it was good. I mean, like, you know, in the video there, like all the members are being chill. But I know that Steve said that the song kind of sounds like a song that you probably hear like in The Lion King. It does sound like a song that's in the Lion King, actually. It's like, you might say it might sound like the song Stand By Me, but it's like, might be similar, but maybe I'm not sure it's like that. But, I mean, it's also, the song's like very poppy as well, too. I mean, and like, I'll see a lot of shots of Mitsuki Yamashita's teeth, as well as Momoko Ozono's teeth. And finally we have the music video of the 4th gen track called I See, which we also know, which I thought was maybe like the theme song of like both the two miniseries that the 4th gens are in, or about Sam and Meet the Monkeys. We'll get to those later in the TV show Roundup. But it's actually more of like the like the song, the commercials for them. So I'm thinking maybe in About Sam might be like a song that the group in the miniseries made, but in Meet the Monkeys, only hear it like when the episode's like is done. But this one was actually great. It was like it's included on my version single too. It's like it was great. It's like very fun. It's like also very disco-y as well too. That like the version of the single I got is like it's a very disco-y single. And like there's a bit of like kabuki kind of specs in the video, like where they wear the little mask and like the theater. And it kind of like it sounds like a song that probably be not as AKB46 would probably do. And then like at the shot at the end where like they might have filmed that session, I think maybe around like the Shinjuku area, I think, but hello there. And when you thought that the video was done, that it ends with it ends with like outtakes you'd probably see in the end of a film involves Jackie Chan. Although the single has been released already, but somehow the videos of the songs from the single are probably still available on the group's YouTube channel, so at least somehow you can still watch it at least. And finally, we have Nagasawa46 news, but we have some we have like the profile pictures of the group are actually updated and actually earlier than I thought, because they actually did them just like actually did them actually last fall, but I'm gonna see them now actually quickly as we can. So I mean they're kind of like similar to the ones that the previous video they had, but I mean like they look great. Apparently, sorry, I know his picture still didn't know she left it already, but she said it was beginning with my Ocean in the group. Rena Yamazaki, let's her little picture here. Hers look great. I mean, like, I thought when she looks worried, but actually, she doesn't look good. It's similar to her previous picture, actually. Let's look at her picture quickly. Yeah, there's her picture. Looks all good. And then let's look at the rest of the members. Actually, let's see. We see the so there's a this picture looks good. There's Momoko's pictures, like, so with their teeth. Oh yeah, but my Shiraishi's picture. Dude, with her picture, that kind of looks like Sashihara in this picture. But I mean they kind of look similar, but still do. My image looks good. Like, there's my Awada, and there's the 4th gen, including the Kenshu series, which we'll talk later, and then, well, there's Risumiya's picture, and Yuri Kitagawa's, and the King, probably the same pictures for the Kenshu series, including Kuromi, and yeah, so it's that profile. the new profile pictures of the group right now. And that is Nagasawa46 news. Now to Hinata-Zaka46 news. I don't even know, this has been a year since the group began as 1 year anniversary of the group. As Hinata-Zaka46, and yeah, a year, like, they did very well. I mean, like, they have 4 singles, and they're getting seen a lot, and it's like, even getting more, being seen a lot more than with Keyakizaka46. No, they haven't did a lot in the, I feel like they only released 1 single and only had a few members actually leave the group. But yeah, I mean, like, well, and although that a few members left, first we have a Mimi, so and like Maogooch, and but although probably that Yuka Nagawa will probably be back, and before they do the concert in Tokyo Dome, which I'm sure that will happen with the coronavirus pandemic, but at least they're doing good, at least a little bit. Then now we go to Yoshimoto Zaka46 news. Well, about now you probably know that Riho Maki, which we know is my old member of the group, actually announced marriage with, well, another member in the group, Shun Miyamoto, which, you know, he's probably like sort of famous for the video he did, like, hey, hey, doctor. And he is an actual doctor. And also announced that she will leave the group, and that she's actually left the group already as well, too, I think. Although I didn't talk to her a lot in Shroom, but I mean, she was a, I mean, although there might be other members that probably, too, I mean, maybe, probably she's, available right now. Well, as a Miyamoto will probably still be in the group, but I mean, he's, I mean, but still, but right now, like, that, now Fuji is now well in the group, and I mean, she sounds great too, so I mean, but, well, I know that there's, like some of you are kind of wondering if there are any other members in Yoshimoto Zaka46 that are cute. I mean, there are other members in the group that are cute, like now Fuji, as well as Marika Tara, who's like one of the lead members on, well, the reason it can't be possible, but it's all good. You can, yeah. So the man in the wall now is actually Taki Akira, who's the other lead member on the group's recent single. Can't be possible. I talked to him a few times doing shows, well. And that is Yoshimoto Zaka for news. Now to Equal Love news. But we know the group's next single, Cameo, has been delayed because of the coronavirus. Now about the music video of the song, I mean, it's good. I mean, but some of it was like, not exactly. I mean, like the type of thing that the group would probably do. I mean, I know, like, in the video we kind of see the members that they own a ramen shop, and then there's like no, like some people were saying that like the video might look like something, obviously, like in K-pop. I mean, it does look a bit like something like with K-pop. I mean, like some in the video we see a lot of legs in this video is, you know, like during the chorus where like they Like, it's kind of like made it sound like something that Twice would probably do. There's also like the little section in like in the video where like the members are like letting the mini rain down. It's like the type of thing you probably see in a music video involving rap, but I mean, it's like we all thought this was going to be the surprise hit of this year. It appears AKB48's recent single because and Beyond's next single also later probably one of the surprise hits of this year. Covers of the single kind of look like the type of thing that probably will keep up too, because it's the type of thing that Eizouken would probably do, and they're like covers well out here. Yep. So there's like picture 4, which does look very K-pop kind of like that Eizouken would probably do. Here are the covers of the. Go a bit closer. Oh, here they are. So like, there's also like the type of thing that Eizouken would probably do. Here's another cover, and another cover, and another cover. Because of the 46 groups in K-pop starting to get a lot of attention in like maybe like why singles of whereas others are trying to be sound so like the 46 groups and hip-hop. In the case that MNB48's recent single because sounds like a Nagasawa46 song. Well, like Equal Love's next hit single Cameo has sounds similar to K-pop, which at least maybe if they something that's probably not heard before, then maybe they'll get a lot of it at least. And also now to the the additional tracks in the single, which good there. Just go find a bit. So there's also the first we have the video of the Not Equal Me's next hit single, which is called You and Me. There's also an additional track that's also called You and Me, but that one was it's good. I mean, it's kind of like Keyakizaka46 produced by Rino Sashihara. I mean, the case was like with him cameo and like You and Me, that all the members still sound like Rino Sashihara. I mean, that, but their songs at least. And then you also have the video of another little track called which was called You and Me. I mean, and that music video, I mean, like, it was well too, but I mean, great that some of it could have been the main single of the when we cameo the additional track on this one, but no, I thought that somehow that the lead member on this was actually somehow Hitomi, who actually we know was she came back to the group and actually was in his like, but actually there's actually another one that was the lead member. So we can now she was like the member that's currently on break. A little bit so I see with the here like there's my own in the group MO10, which actually well, because of a few says, but at the pictures, like, yeah, told me she's pictures not updated yet, but still at the picture of like the well, their it's 7, 6. Yeah, their 5th hit single. Sorry, Dragon Lily, and like, and I thought she was back in this single. It's not her. But maybe she was, and then there could have been the single at least. Oh, in the case of Emery, it's just quickly, but oh, I click that. Actually, it's her. Well, it's okay. Oh, and about Emery, so happy birthday, Emery. Have a great day today. Let's see. Oh, and that is love news and no other idol news, and we got Last Idol's recent single, I Know the Love, which actually was, I think it was in #1 in the first week that it was released. That how they determine I haven't watched Last Idol a lot, but I mean how they determined the lineup in this single is that they had to do it through an audition, and then we had the the Senbatsu we have in this single. About the music video of the song, I mean it's good. I mean, the song you kind of see like they're just running around in a school, and then they get to when they're in the school and they go into a big stage. I mean, there were times in the song where like when they sing something like previous single like a Youth Train. It's like maybe not as great as the song, but at least it's still at least. But so quickly here, like the the covers of that single, which I'm gonna. So there's like it's like the case for the digital version, but for the CD version, you see like all the members running, but if you put like all the covers together, kind of knows that they're all in the same. Here, and they come on, and each version of the single will include like an additional track involving like one of the units in the group. So yeah, it's like I mean the single actually did really well, so it's a good song. And then there's some news involving the Crocodile, which is a group that Steve likes, but also a group that Derek from 48 Talk would. It's probably, I'm not sure if he's still involved in the group, but somehow 3 of the members in the group somehow left. The group pretty much, almost the entire group left the group. So they actually said that the reasons why they're leaving the group in a post in the group's Patreon page. I mean, means there's probably something happened, but I mean, at least they could probably tell us about like what the reason why they left the group. Probably, let's say maybe like on Twitter, but I mean like, but hopefully the members that are will do it when they leave the group. Oh, and next we have with the lyrical. Usually it's a lyrical school, but the video of their next single, "Okay," which is so like the title song on their recent EP, the same name, which has also been released already. You can actually now on CD, digital, and streaming. And the video of this song is actually great. It's like kind of like looks like if the group did a documentary, and you kind of see like the members kind of like going around like Tokyo, and then there's a line also in the song where they kind of say like "Okie dokie," and that was kind of like from the tweet I was like saying about the video of the song when someone like Rosano actually like if Lyrical School made is in a documentary. Okay, okie dokie. That's what I said in it. I'll probably listen to the EP and we'll probably do a review of it probably when maybe in the next episode probably. And finally, Beyond's news. Beyond, which is a group we talk about on the show a lot, released the video of their next hit single, Vitamin Me, which that was actually surprisingly great. I mean, it's like, so one of the surprise hits of this year as well. It's also interesting, it's also product placement for Banana Juice. I mean, it has the usual thing you would expect in their songs, and so for the video, there's actually various references to there are singles to play with the glasses, so it's actually really, I mean, like, it's great as the M&B for his recent next hit single. Because. It's a really good if you want. And that is the other idol news, but now to the international group news with first about with the case with BNK48 and the controversy where a male group was somehow rehearsing in their theater. After it happened, it was someone that they had, like their producer, the head of the group, head of staff of the group, their producer, Jobs, and their chief financial officer actually stepped down from their positions, which, I mean, like, well, even though, I mean, like, if they had, I mean, it's probably that this might be, they probably did the right thing of stepping down, but I mean, like, still, probably the group will probably still be successful despite this controversy. But it was like, yeah, like, I mean, if there was ever, they try to find if there's a rehearsal space, and they could have did the male group could have rehearsed in another space instead of the theater. Also, oh, and so with the and finally, with more news with BNK48. Now that their election that they were going to do this year, instead of doing it in the arena, like, they actually did it at home, and they actually announced the results, which we're actually gonna go quickly right now if I can show it. Hold on. Oh, so here's like the results in the end. The one that won the election this year is actually Jane, who got, yeah, no, so fans, you did. It's like, I mean, I was another member to win the election. About that, I know that Japan said that you probably like try to vote for another member to maybe get the win. Actually, it did happen with Jane, who actually got 100,489 votes. So quickly, let's go to the results quickly. So basically, then in second place, you have Japan with 71,352 votes. Third place, Music with 48,573 votes. Fourth place, Pun with 46,510 votes. Fifth place, Mobile with 42,335 votes. Sixth place, Noah with 38,100 votes. Seventh place, Genesis with 34,929 votes. Eighth place, Wii with 29,470 votes. Ninth place, New with 28,576 votes. 10th place, Naran with 28,116 votes. 11th place, Pupe with 7,021 votes. 12th place, Or with 14,926 votes. 13th place, Turn with 30,331 votes. 14th place, Min with 12,749 votes. 15th place, June with 12,435 votes. And 16th place, Fawn, 12,221 votes. oh, and all the members are all in BNK. Well, most of the members in CGM48 are in the sections of the Undergirls and Next Girls. And also, I want to point out, Eizouken placed 30th with 3,885 votes. So now probably that the single now will be, which is the result of the election, will be delayed now because with the coronavirus, but it'll probably be a great single when it's released. So yeah, it's gonna be all great. And that is the international group news, and now to the graduate member news. But first, Yurina Harade's last episode in School of Loss was aired like 2 months ago. Thoughts on it, but the other thing she said on like thing about like what led to Sai define is like, I mean, she kind of makes a great point. At least like, yeah, you should there should be no bullying, and should do what you do. But I'm still worried about Yurina since she's still under Seed and Flower. But I mean, we'll have to wait and find out when it's there. There's a former AK48 member, Maruko Shinoda, gave birth and to a baby girl, and Ruka showed the post of her new daughter actually on Instagram, and yeah, so that's really good. So congratulations, Maruko, on your new child. And finally, I'm gonna my thoughts on the update involving the Maho Yamaguchi assault. So, in case you didn't know yet, you saw that the case involving the assault was actually settled in court. Now, we probably might not know who assaulted her, but although we're still not sure like what happened during it, and also we're still not sure like which member planned the assault. Well, there is, but there was also some evidence that probably may have been used in the case, which could have some very important information. But so at least, well, there is almost justice for Maho, but at least maybe they still try to find who never planned the assault. But after, when there is justice for Maho, then probably, I'm not sure if, I mean, maybe the group might if it come back, but we'll have to wait and find out. And finally, about the Connor situation involves somehow a person that was a former member in AKB48 somehow used marijuana. I mean, I know that marijuana is not legalized in Japan yet, but I thought it somehow like involved like a current member in the group. It actually involves a former member, but it's surprising that a former would use marijuana in the group, which is surprising to result. And that is the graduated member news, and now to the idol community news. I mean, we haven't had this in a very long time, but we have some news with the idol community news. First, Nogiego's Nick Nolton was actually on an episode of the Slow podcast, actually around last month. And in the episode, he kind of like about what he's been doing in the past year since like the last time he was on the show, and then talking about like Whereas this is what happens when they film the Nogiego. But the interesting about that, I also actually asked him a question, to like him, which actually some question for him, like on. He actually answered it. It's like I asked him like, how would you describe the progress of the members on the show so far? And he said like with the certain members, like for say Maya Wada, he said that he's kind of improving, but it's like he said like, oh, maybe not, but actually she said she's actually they're actually improving, and she's actually very she's like she's actually studying when she does her making exams. She also talks about like how like Maya Sanuch and Hina and which are also doing very well too, and as well. And like, yeah, so I mean like, you can watch that on the Slope Club's YouTube channel. And also a quick shout out to Boy and Josh and Jimmy at the Slope Podcast. I hope that all of you are doing well. I mean, I know you're all in a lockdown right now, so hope you're all good right now. And finally, in the case of like with idol community news, and actually pretty much the news that happened in the past 2 months, is that the Stage 48 member rankings for this year actually have been released, and I know it's also decided by all the well, they're in Stage 48. So we're actually going to look at the results quickly and like let's find out. It's like is Nano Okada still number 1 from last year? Well, actually the website is malfunctioning, so but I'll probably but I'll just do a quick thing. Actually, in first place, it was actually Asuka Saito was first place, who's also my second favorite member in Nogisawa 46. I think after that it was Nana Okada was first last year. It has been the second, and in third, I think it was Hina Hiku. So pretty much the same 3 members that are in there. I mean, yeah. So if you, I mean, like also Minami probably did very well too. So probably actually you could probably go to Stage 48's website and you'll find all how the members did in the rankings. And that is the news from the past 2 months, and how did that in the past 2 months. But now to the TV show roundup. First, beginning with the 2 miniseries that have the Nagasawa 46 Fortunes, which aired on DTV in like the past 2 months. We have About Sam and Meet the Monkey. Now, watch About Sam, yeah, because somehow the place I go to watch there's videos involving. I don't know, somehow updated. But basically watching the first few seconds of it, this is probably going to be like a character study where like, but it also kind of flows on like each of the members in the group in the miniseries. But the approach that they might throughout the entire thing is like you probably like see the same thing but from a very different vantage point. But I mean, eventually we'll watch and probably talk about that. Now, like Meet the Monkey. This one I watched the entire thing. I love it about Sam and this miniseries. I mean, like, the entire thing could have been a film. Like watch it like the entire thing all like straight through like a film. In this miniseries, it has Ruka Kaki, Misamiya, and a special appearance by third-gen member Miona Hori, which I'm say why she's in it, but imagine so pretty much the entire thing is actually a road trip. I mean, kind of like it does have the lighting in it, at least for the first half of it, kind of looks like similar to Ozark. I mean, it is very suspenseful, but in a way, well, so you probably have to watch the thing to find out. I mean, there is a lot of suspense in it. Though there was like there was a section where like someone involving everything involving a bra as well too, and it's true when you see the thing. Next we have the live action version of Eizouken, which right now I think the entire season is done, and then we have the film that involves, which you probably know is now delayed because of the coronavirus. So I really watched the first 2 episodes, and it's great. I mean, Asuka Saito was great in it. I mean, like the editing in it is choppy. Is like more choppier than the editing in Dasada. I mean, like with the opening titles, where like you see in the show, kind of like the name of the show. The thing about that is that the show is sponsored by Coca-Cola. It means maybe like probably maybe like the film. They'll probably see them with the 3 main people in the show kind of drinking Coca-Cola products. The role of the shows have been unusual. That the police there is a SWAT team, and the clubhouse is of like the other clubs in the where the show takes place. Kind of are a bit unusual as well too. Well, though, it's like a few days after it airs on MBS, when it airs on TBS, there was a visual commentary of the episode, like on DTV. Now, although the 3 people in the show, which are Asuka Saito, Minami Mizawa, and Mitsuki Yamashita, give their thoughts on the episodes, it's mainly you can see them like playing games and like. So I mean, it's optional if you want to watch it, but I mean, you can actually watch the entire season first, and then watch the episodes with visual commentary, and then that's it. Now, in the past few, I know various members were on various shows and music specials. Like first off, like Nagasawa46, Nagasawa46, and AKB48 were on a few episodes of CDTV Live, which, well, business was obviously for the first episode. For the show so far, they did it with no audience, although it's probably now going to be on break because of the coronavirus pandemic. But so far, it looks good, and in the first episode, Nagasawa46 and AKB48 was on. In that episode, like the Nagasawa46 from their recent single and The Color of Happiness, and also Mai Shiraishi sang, well, her graduation song, Jane. AKB48 performed their recent single, Thank You, Heartbreak, but also did Give Me 5. I mean, they could have Naomi Nagishi perform her graduation song, Until the Day We See Me Up Again. I mean, that. And then in the other episode, they were AKB48 was in. They did Korsoro Fortune Cookie in a Garden. Here's now they probably have a Golden Bomber status now. Is like the greatest song they probably made. And Hinata Zaka46 also performed For their recent single, Sonara Koto Nayo. What do you think? Also, Nagasawa46 and AKB48 was on Premium Music Live, which aired on NTV. Pretty much performed the same songs, though AKB48 probably also did a performing. Give Me 5, they probably did heavy rotation. And then to that, let's see, to that, also both AKB48 and Nagasawa46 were also on Yudicon, and they performed their recent singles. And when AKB48 was on Yudicon, but that is that somehow also Jerrison was on the show as well, and then I think that, well, AKB48's recent Silver Color Harvest might have also appealed to Jerrison fans as well. And Nagasawa46 would also perform like their recent single for the Color Hat. Also, AKB48 was, both groups were also on music stations, so when AKB48 was on the show there, in the episode, they were like, they talked about graduation, like graduation songs, and of course that Minami Minagishi was going to leave the group, but then with the coronavirus pandemic, she's still in the group after that. And so they kind of like talked about like, so in the episode, really, so Hi Jets was on the show too, as well, and well, really, so the group they performed and actually AKB48 performed their recent single, but then oh yeah, with the thing as well, it's somehow usually when the lead member performs, so they would focus the camera on the lead member, it's just they would focus on Mizuki Miyuchi. When they got to the first verse of the song, somehow they were seeing the camera on Nano Kan and Yuri Murayama. So it's like one of like the face of the group. Interesting. And then like also like some and then like near the end of the episode, they somehow Minami got flowers, and also after the show she took a picture with Tamori, which is all of it. I mean, apparently when Tomu Moto was on the group, when they performed on a music station, I was surprised she had a lot of screen time, and also the same thing also with Orin Muto, where somehow she got a lot of screen time in the Team K concert that was called a Reset, that was actually shown on YouTube, and yeah, so the Muto sisters got a lot of screen time, which is actually really good, actually. Hi Jets was performing too, and because there was no audio, they were able to go around the set and then actually run with the rollerblades. Well, to be fair, I mean, AKB48's that performance is not as great as AKB48's performance. But there was also a set on like where Gak was on the show, and he almost kind of looked like young Tamori, and like apparently like showed like footage of like him going to a school, performing in a school, and then like when that happened, like all the students in this gymnasium were like all excited when he was put there. And then of course Nagasawa46 was on, and like the episode was 3 hours, and they did their recent hit single again, as well also did some of their other hit singles as well. Well, like before that, AKB48 was also on FNS, which aired at the last minute because of somehow the ISU World Figure Skating Championships which actually was going to happen in Montreal actually this year, was actually canceled because of the coronavirus pandemic, so they had to do an emergency edition of FNS. Actually, this I didn't watch because half of it is material, and like and the rest of it is all like classic moments from the special. But in they performed 10-Year Sakura. Also, they were on a special called Ragazi, which the entire thing actually aired on Morning Musume, Equal Love, Monoclore Z, Takavishi, Beyonds, and also Dance for Philosophy was on there too. And there was a scene where like some of them were doing all their huddles, and Beyonds' huddle was actually where they said like, "Let's go Beyonds." But when Dance for Philosophy came in, they said, "Oh, we have no huddle." Well, that's something we could probably watch at least. And finally, we have the new members being introduced on the 46 group shows, including Nogisawa 40 Under Construction, Kikite, and Let's Music Nagasaka. That Ruka and Michael have actually, that they have it on Kikite and Let's Music Nagasaka. But I did watch also the one where they're on like Nogisawa Under Construction, and Honda as well too is like, these are them. It was interesting. I mean, out of all them, like, I'm trying to find the thing I was getting ready. But let's see what we got here. So on first on Under Construction, we had thing to point out is that here's for the 46 shows. Some of they kind of put a little like disclaimer, like the episode that the episodes were actually recorded for the coronavirus that began. Show that they probably record some of the show. They might record some episodes one day. They might have shot them like two like every few weeks. In the case with Keyakizaka, they might have showed some of the orders out of order, like the episode where they introduced the second was actually filmed before the episode. They followed with recorded the episode, filmed the episode with thing with the Kobayashi. See, first, like one member to point out was Haruka Hiromi, who was actually was born in Hong Kong, but the thing about her is that she also speaks English and Cantonese, which is and then when she was going on there, and like and then like Finland why she's new because like she went to a summer camp actually in the United States, and then also found that she also likes Bruce Lee, so she did a bit of like martial arts for a bit. Then Rika Sano, I mean, like, for her that she actually she does a little bit of she knows how to do a lot of programming. She can do a little bit of code. And then but when they to Haruka as well too, they were like the reference to Maya once during the week episode earlier where they were talking. They said mayonnaise. Then Runa Hayashi, they were, but her like the little side of the thing with like Miona Hori where she says rice kudasai, and then Miu Matsumoto, her son, she actually she kind of like she does cheerleading, and then finally we goes now Yumiki, who actually I think she does some like a gymnastics, and then like she actually like she actually did backflip. So, and then I have on Nagasawa Under Construction. Then on Keyakizaka, there was a member actually that was kind of to point out in the episode. I mean, like there was find her. So there was like that really interesting about that with like things with like with the first system shows. In Keyakizaka were and another 40 under Natsume and Sasaka, they were wearing the group's uniforms. While in Nogiego under construction, they wore the clothes that they wear with the Kinshusei. I mean, that might be their uniform actually. But the member to point out in the episode of Keyakite was actually her name quickly wait. Oh, Hikari Endo, which when she came out into the set, like she was like friendly because she's finally Keyakizaka46. And then and then there was a section where like she was like doing a little dance, and then it's like when she was doing the dance while she was being like overwhelmed, like she was in the group. And then on Let's Miaki Nagasawa, well, really, it was actually very fun. I mean, surprisingly, Kumi had a lot of screen time in this episode, but I'm like, okay, and apparently there was like the little thing where like, kind of like running around thing is all there. What? It's loading a bit, take a bit. Mari Morimoto, she said like, remember she likes was she likes of the two Sasakis, Kumi Sasaki and Marie Sasaki, she likes Kumi Sasaki. And then I think that they hypnotize, and then somehow almost looked like the horse in the video of Things of Death, Youth Horse. And Haruyama, I mean, like, first she likes baseball, and she did, like, she tried to throw the ball and then solve it. She also likes, Miri Sasaki as well. And that's, oh yeah, that's Mihana. So, out of all, like, the new members that were introduced in the groups, probably say that the member that's probably stood out would probably be Haruka Kuromi, because I interesting, like, also that, like, well, she knows a lot of knows a lot of language, speaks a lot of languages, and also now with like her now being put in the group, there's now a lot of members in AKB46 that actually talking English. But I've heard also Baisamiya and Hiroki Tagawa and Erika Akita. And, well, we like Jimmy from the Soap Pocket. So yeah, that might cause the group to get a lot of attention, probably like, who knows at all, probably. And then but for other episodes of the 46 creatures that happened in the past few months, like, in Keyakizaka, there was the episode where, like, of course, Rika and Nanako, like, go to a bakery and learn how to make bread, which, that's the episode yet, but I'm probably going to watch it eventually. And then there, pretty much the past few weeks on Let's Me Nagasawa, they pretty much giving pitches. Apparently, Kumi suggested in her pitch was NFL. I thought she meant it in the NFL because Audrey, like, well, they like NFL and they host a show about the NFL, and they even go to the Super Bowl. But she meant as in like, it's like maybe as in like to not first language, means we learn more about English actually. I mean, it would be nice if they learn about NFL, so they learn about all the NFL and probably. And finally, the play version of Shivin starring Keyakizaka46's Yuka Sugai was actually shown aired last week on TBS channel. I know Michael watched it. It was pre-taped since it happened a few months ago. Well, it happened in January before the coronavirus pandemic began. And it was like very interesting, so it's good. Which kind of leads to another announcement. Well, the channel was announced. Me and Mike will be doing a viewing party of the play as well as the making of it. And we'll probably discuss the play about it. I mean, maybe Ruka might watch it with us too as well, and probably that. And that is this week's episode of the show. Probably in the episode, a bit of which news involving the channel. We have actually announced this in the past few weeks, but actually the show has a blog now. I know this is Michael's idea, and early in the blog we kind of have we talk of various into the underworld in the blog, and over here the video where the gang talks about the election that happened in 2018. So far in the blog we have all introductions of everyone in the team. If I have to update mine since Riho Maki left the group. Also we have a new person in the team, Anthony, who which Michael actually knows, so he's probably going to write a few things for the blog too. Michael probably made a blog entry about the Evolves Lunas on air. I'll probably write various things in the blogs from time to time. So the blog, you can go to the website noidon'tknowlifeinternational.wordpress.com. So about that, and then now the show also has a Discord, which is No AKB No Life International, which is the name of the show. And there we have in the past few weeks we had various a lot of new people coming to the chat. I mean, there we talk about everything into the other world with a variety of groups. Of course, I'm there as well as Steve's there, and Ruka's also there sometimes to talk with the one in the chat. Also, there's the gang from MB Takoyaki part also there various times too, talking in the chat as well, and Sano, who actually find the logo and various things related to the show. I know that throughout the past during the coronavirus pandemic there'll be a lot of live streaming. And we'll still do the show to keep you informed what's happening in the other world, but we'll also be doing various live streams and also videos to kind of be entertained during this time. My friends, I know since me and Michael play Unis on air, we're probably going to do some gaming streams where we play the game as well as talk about Keyakizaka46 and Nagasawa46. They'll probably happen on my Twitch channel, which is Smartman6901. I mean, on Twitch, instead of YouTube, because I'm sure we could run YouTube because we're going to play various things involving Sony music. Also, we'll be probably doing various videos where we do open discussions on anything that we'll also probably do some viewing parties of various things. Maybe I'll probably show something and then maybe watch it. Maybe Michael will probably show something. Ruka will probably watch something. We'll probably watch it. Michael will probably show us something. We'll watch something. We'll probably watch, and maybe Steve will come for a visit and he'll probably show us. We'll watch it. We'll probably watch that. Also, we'll probably might do some a video where we're probably going to discuss the documentary that Nagasawa46 actually did recently. But to watch this, and then watch the box set, and maybe what all of us will watch, we'll probably discuss it. Maybe as well if the Keyakizaka46 documentary and the Nagasawa46 documentary is at least we'll see a DVD Blu-ray, we'll probably talk about those documentaries as well. the Reaction channel, I'll be doing a live episode of just the analysis of my thoughts on various music from the past few months. But also in the channel we'll put the definitive version of the interview that we did last year. And since it's May now, it's actually 4 months since I did my last sort. We're gonna do another AKB48 46 group sort somewhere this month, and also maybe also do a few sorts of the 46 group since various members left the group in the 46 group in the past months. Yeah, so sort of the show. Ruka, me, and Mike will be back talking about like pretty much my live streams as well as some of the things that happened. What we talked about in the episode the past week. I also probably gonna find out what's probably in the copies of various singles I actually got, or the photos that I got in the singles that I got in the past few months. So again, stay safe and stay home, and do you wash your hands? I mean, that should be very fun. I should do that. I'll see you later. Bye, everyone. I wonder what happened to the gang at 48. They haven't did a episode in like 2 months. Maybe they'll be back. Maybe in a few days, probably.